If you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you can see all the videos that I'm posting, because I have a lot of information to share and give my commentary on as well. So right now, there's been a lot of things that has happened over the course of the month that Donald Trump has been sworn in. One of the things people are kind of in a rage about is one of the executive orders that he has proposed, which is about DEI, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion. So DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. So diversity, equity, and inclusion means a lot to people, means a lot to the American people, because without DEI programs, there is no basic, scale of what should be done or what is done at particular programs across the country, federal programs, including HBCUs, including different federal organizations. DEI is a protocol that calls for certain groups of individuals to be included and to be noticed. So with DEI now being illegal, and it is paused because there was some, there was a pause on this issue. And now what's going on is there's so much going on, but basically it has been, it's illegal at this point. So we all know that, or believe that, this country is better off with DEI. I believe that this country is better off with DEI. Why? Because it includes everyone. So DEI includes LGBTQ, includes women, includes African Americans, and these groups of people that are part of the American people. But without DEI, it seems that they don't have to be included, and you can basically, do what you want. And so without having these programs, or with saying that you have to do away with DEI, is having a lot of organizations, worried about even losing funding if they're not able to, if they don't want to agree with abandoning DEI. So even with some companies standing up and saying that they don't have DEI policies at their places anymore, such as stores, corporate companies like Target, Walmart, some companies have stood up and said that they do not believe that they need to have DEI policies as well. So people are, feeling that there's something that's missing from there, and the logic for doing away with DEI is really not making sense right now, because anything that you do that has a multiple pool of ideas and varieties and includes everyone is going to be better than having exclusion, because not having exclusion means that you are missing something. You are missing something. So you're missing ideas from women. You are missing ideas from different point of views. You're missing ideas, and you're basically stuck on one particular way. So people, are in an uproar as to why is this even something that is going on. Even pushing for meritocracy, which is basing, skills of hiring, on advancement in basically skills and hiring based on skill or testing and etc. Now, like I said, I believe that it's better for it to be, some sort of inclusion, because better ideas, more ideas make things better, more different perspectives. We all can't have the same perspective on everything. So right now the DEI efforts are now illegal and seem to be said discriminatory under the new administration's interpretation of federal and anti-discrimination laws. It also directs government agencies to install new requirements that any institution receiving federal grants attest that they are in compliance with the interpretation or risk losing funding or face legal action. So if you don't want to do away with DEI, it's now illegal and you face having, to lose funding. People in organizations have come to agree that DEI efforts make sense. Like, it makes sense. And there should be DEI, because one perspective is not always going to be right. So when you're hiring people for a position, seeing different perspectives and different ideas, are going to be better than having one perspective at all. So having black products or African American products in stores is going to make sense, that we have different people representing different backgrounds in our, at our reach, because not only black people buy black products, not only, everybody buys different products. So why is it that there's not, that push for fairness for everything? So like, people this month, February 1st, actually yesterday was February 1st, but some people as of February 1st are boycotting Target, because Target has done away with DEI and says that they will no longer support DEI interests. So at this point, there's becoming this divide that's unnecessary, because it's not necessary to, it's becoming this divide because people feel that they are not being heard. And so their perspective is meaningless. So you do all this work, you have these great products, but, you are not worthy to be included, as you wish. So, what does that mean? Like, I know Americans are confused. Like, a lot of Americans are probably confused at this point, because, like, this just happened, Black History Month is not being celebrated and recognized, and it's never been like that for me. So, this is, it's definitely a problem. It's definitely a problem, because why feel the need to exclude? That's all I'm hearing is exclusion. Like, DEI says inclusion, and doing away with DEI means exclusion to women, exclusion to, LGBTQ, exclusion to African Americans, exclusion to disability, people with disability. So these people, let's say there's a person with a disability that can only perform certain types of positions. So they are supposed to now just not have a position if you feel that you don't want to hire a person with disabilities. So DEI has been a policy that has been around since the programs and policies has come about in the 1960s with the anti-discrimination movement and laws to correct the discriminatory practices. And, that's important even where this comes from, that, this should be looked into as more of a inclusive situation, needs to be inclusive more than exclusive. So the belief that people have, the lengths and the place that we are today is proof that DEI it should be welcomed, because it gets people going to where they need to be by having different perspectives, different ideas, and pushing on different policies that make sense. That makes sense, because we're not going to all have the same ideas. We're not going to all have the same perspective. So, and that could be in one community is different ideas. So across different communities, they're going to be different ideas. They're going to be different faces. They're going to be different people that, make up one, regardless if DEI is in, or if they try to do away with DEI, there's still going to be that particular look. There's going to be that feel. They're going to be those ideas. Those ideas are not going anywhere. Those people are not going anywhere. Those practices are not going anywhere. But you just want to, feel like, that's what's necessary. And, in this day and age, I think we've all come to a point where that those differences are important in the workplace. Those differences are important in different companies and hiring practices and things that we become accustomed to. It's like a custom for Americans. Those things have, been there, and we've been accustomed to growing with them and making things better, not worse. So right now, it just seems as if we're in a place of confusion, because something that has been there so long and has served people have felt like, this is what we need because it gives everybody a chance. So if you haven't been discriminated against, then you might not know the feeling. But if you have been discriminated against for anything, a disability, LGBTQ, a woman, then, African American, then you definitely understand why DEI is so important for everybody to get along and everybody to get to the next point together. So for people who are listening, what they hear is exclusion. What they hear is exclusion. So the collective of intelligence and diverse thinkers, if you have no diversity, then there are no differences. Everything is the same. So things shouldn't just be the same. Like, people grow on differences and learning different things. Like, if you only learn the same thing every single day, then you don't know anything different. So, I just don't understand, and I see the confusion that the country is going through right now, and I'm just like, wow. We have a Target. I live in Norwalk, Connecticut. We have a Walmart that was actually in the place of the Target. Right now, they are in the process of putting up a new Target in our neighborhood, and basically, I thought it was going to be up. This happened. I think they've been constructing this Target and remodeling the old Walmart to put up a Target for now about a year. And so with all of this going on, I'm just feeling as if I don't know if that Target, let's just say, I haven't seen it yet. It's coming up. We have a Target probably 20 minutes from me, 20 minutes from me, and then this one would be probably 5 minutes from me. So yeah, I kind of think that I'm gonna I'll let you know when it opens. But yeah, so just having these thoughts of boycotting and you know, people are boycotting now Target because they feel that since they're doing away with the DEI practices, that, you know, we don't need to shop there if you're fit in one of these categories that they are trying to exclude. Because Target, from what I know, has had a program for even people with disabilities, to serve people with disabilities. So, in hiring a certain percentage of disability, people with disabilities. So now, I don't know if they have to do that. I haven't read much into it recently because I wasn't really thinking on that level about it. But now it seems like, you know, maybe they won't even do that. They won't even care to hire certain individuals that are, you know, disabled, because, you know, they can hire other people and just do whatever, because if it's illegal, you know, or if it's not mandatory, then you can do what you want. And so, you know, I think just like everything else, there has to be some protocols, like there are protocols in place for different types of businesses, different organizations, you know, to who they serve, to serve them in a way that is fair. So if you're doing that, then you are not serving, you know, everybody that buys from you, everybody that contributes to you, everybody that, you know, sees you as, you know, one of the top brands, one of the top stores, you know. So those people are now disappointed. Those people are disappointed because they feel like they've been here for you and you are not here for them. So this is, you know, getting really, you know, confusing in, you know, in a sense that you've been serving people, but have they been serving you, and have they been doing things, you know, as you have been giving them, you know, and buying from them, and, you know, giving them your hard-earned money. So this is definitely you know, something as to where these organizations have to look into, you know, their federal funding getting cut because of non-compliance. Like, what is really going on? And so I just feel like, you know, there could be things that are worked on that's better, but that's, I think, taking us back. You know, I think that's, you know, kind of rolling us back to, you know, a time where, you know, we knew things were not right. You know, you knew things were not right. We have people with disabilities. People with disabilities are trying to do more. Women, you know, have over time, you know, had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations to be seen, you know, in the workplace, to be seen, you know, financially, and, you know, marriage, a lot of things that now it seems like it's taking us back, you know. So it's taking us back, and, you know, I don't think that the mindset of people, you know, are, this is taken away from the growth that people have had. So, you know, in our minds, we've been supportive to these companies, you know, through thick and thin, and now this is what they have to hand us after we've been, you know, handing and supporting these companies. So I don't know what, you know, you think, but like I said, some people, you know, have their own opinion, whether they decide to boycott, whether they decide to just, you know, stop shopping there altogether. So these decisions have actually been rescinded because some of them, you know, the federal judge decided that this has to be taken to, you know, look into, because of what if it even coincides with the constitutional rights of people, because this is where a lot of this stuff started at. So you know, with this being said, like I said, it's so much that's going on. I'm going to continue to come and talk to you. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. I'm going to do commentary because it just seems like there's so much going on that people haven't been ready for, and people are, you know, crying out to kind of understand and see what's going on with this country at this point. And people are very dissatisfied with what is being done and what's being seen. And, you know, this is what we have to go through at this point, and it doesn't seem fair. So, you know, I can agree with that. It doesn't seem fair because it feels like it's taking us a step back in the country. And I don't think that, you know, we need to be taken back, you know, after all that this country has been through and all the things that has been experienced by American people, to feel like, you know, our combined Americanness is being challenged. That's a big thing. So for the people who want to have these, you know, ways that they feel like they need to do, you know, in response, you know, not, you know, shopping somewhere or boycotting, or, you know, just not wanting to deal with certain, this is not what we should be doing. You know, we shouldn't even be here at this place in you know, in America at this time. It shouldn't be here. We just went through a big deal, a catastrophe with the pandemic, and now look at what we're going through. So that's what's going on. I'm going to continue to give you the commentary and talk to you. I want to hear your opinions as well. Comment in the comment section and let me know what you think about this federal pause, the DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. You know, what does that mean to you? So comment and like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.